There's an old method that our grandparents swore by, a simple winter air technique that they used to clear their lungs, improve breathing, and protect against seasonal illnesses. For decades, this method was a part of everyday life, yet it has largely been forgotten in the modern age. It's straightforward, requires no equipment, and can still be applied today to support lung health and respiratory strength. During the early to mid-20th century, people living in rural areas and small towns across Europe and North America relied on natural practices to maintain health. One of the most consistent and effective methods was controlled exposure to cold winter air. The principle was simple. Brief, intentional exposure to cold, crisp air could stimulate the respiratory system, clear mucus from the lungs, and improve overall lung capacity. This wasn't about extreme endurance or shock therapy. Instead, it was a moderate, repeatable practice that fit seamlessly into daily routines. Doctors and health guides of the era recommended short walks outside in the winter mornings, with the face uncovered if the temperature allowed, and slow, deep breaths taken during movement. The cold air acted as a natural decongestant, helping to thin mucus and promote airflow. Over time, practitioners noticed that those who regularly engaged in this practice suffered less from seasonal colds, bronchitis, and even lingering respiratory weakness from past infections. Success with this technique isn't about standing outside in a blizzard, it's about timing and repetition. Historical records show that the most effective periods for exposure were early mornings, when the air was crisp but not icy, and the lungs were relatively empty from overnight rest. A simple routine involved stepping outside for 5 to 10 minutes, taking slow, controlled breaths, and gradually increasing the duration as the body adapted. Conditions were carefully observed. Windy days, extreme cold, or damp weather were avoided, while calm, dry winter mornings were preferred. People often combined this practice with light physical activity like walking or gentle stretching to encourage circulation and keep the body warm without hindering the respiratory benefits. You can integrate this winter air trick into modern life with minimal effort. Begin by identifying a safe outdoor space near your home where the air is clean and free from heavy pollution. Early morning is ideal, but any time the air is crisp and dry works. Dress warmly enough to maintain core body temperature, but leave the face and upper chest uncovered if temperatures are tolerable. Step outside and inhale slowly, filling the lungs fully, then exhale completely. Focus on a steady rhythm rather than speed or depth extremes. For those in urban environments, windowsills and balconies offer practical alternatives. Opening a window for 5 to 10 minutes and taking deep, mindful breaths can mimic some of the benefits observed historically. While it may seem modest, the consistency of the practice was what made it remarkable. Historical journals describe individuals who credited this small, daily ritual with fewer respiratory infections and greater endurance during physically demanding work. Now, this isn't just a temporary relief technique. Regular, controlled exposure to cold air actually strengthens the lung muscles and enhances the elasticity of the respiratory tract. Over the years, the body adapts to handle cleaner, cooler air more efficiently, which improves oxygen intake and reduces congestion naturally. In a way, it's kind of similar to the benefits you'd see in modern breathing exercises or respiratory therapy, but, it's all achieved with no special tools, just air, awareness, and a little bit of discipline. Historical accounts often highlight that this practice was combined with other everyday habits like keeping homes ventilated, doing moderate exercise, and avoiding over-reliance on indoor heating. The cumulative effect was healthier lungs, increased energy, and a real resilience to common respiratory illnesses. Even today, survivalists, outdoor enthusiasts, and folks interested in self-reliance can gain measurable benefits by revisiting this old approach. For maximum effect, consider pairing this method with other historically proven practices. Light morning exercise outdoors, mindful walking after meals, or a short routine of stretching while breathing deeply can really enhance the lung clearing effects. In colder climates, alternating exposure between slightly warmer indoor air and crisp outdoor air help maintain balance and avoid shock to the system. Historical texts even suggest finishing exposure with a brisk walk or mild household chores, which encourage circulation without taxing the lungs excessively. For anyone looking to apply this knowledge practically, well, it's about making it habitual rather than intensive. Consistency over months or even years yielded the most remarkable results, as reported in diaries, health manuals, and oral histories from the early 1900s. This isn't a temporary fad, it's a subtle, sustained practice that quietly strengthened the body's natural defenses. You know, in today's age of synthetic solutions and mechanical heating, we've really lost touch with the natural rhythms that supported long-term health. Reintroducing this winter air method, well, it offers a low-cost, accessible way to actively care for your respiratory system, while also connecting with a living historical practice. It's a good reminder that our ancestors relied on observation, consistency, and just simple natural elements to maintain well-being. Lessons that are still relevant and valuable for anyone interested in historical survival skills or practical health strategies. The real beauty of this approach is that it doesn't require any special equipment or, complex instruction. It's simply about understanding timing, taking those deliberate breaths, and respecting your body's natural adaptation to cold air. If you apply it faithfully, it's a tool that can help modern enthusiasts protect and strengthen their lungs, all while keeping alive a piece of historical wisdom that's just too often forgotten. Remember, this isn't just a practice. It's a window into how ordinary folks historically managed their health, using what nature provided. By revisiting it, you're connecting with generations of knowledge and, honestly, giving yourself a practical advantage in respiratory care. So, if you found this guide valuable, make sure to subscribe for more insights into forgotten historical techniques that are still useful today, and don't forget to share it with fellow history enthusiasts and survivalists who want to keep these practical skills alive.